Hi friends, this is Laura with Huertorriqueño. I know it's been a really long time since I upload anything, but life has really kicked in over the last year and I am just now getting around to sharing a little bit more and uploading. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I've had some health issues in my family, and so I have been really focusing on those, but I don't think I would have been able to get through them had I not had my plants in my garden to help me process a lot of what was going on. So this initial video for this season is just a kind of a quick tour of my apartment garden, my apartment homestead, which is what I call it. But this is really just to show you all that even though I live in a small space, I'm still able to have somewhat, not all obviously, but still be able to be somewhat sustainable and be able to really scratch my gardening itch. So after I'm done giving you my garden tour, we will talk about the videos that I have planned for you guys. Okay, so I'll start with giving y'all kind of just a really panoramic view of my garden. So here we'll start with what is going to be my favorite, my little pepper patch. Let's see, so I have quite a bit of cubanel, which is my favorite, and I'm actually not growing anything to sell this year, but because I don't have the space. But so I have jalapenos, and they're the only ones so far that are giving me anything, because this little bush is from last year, so they're already talking, even though it's still kind of cool. They're already giving me something. And then I have, did you guys know that there are jalapenos that are not hot? So I just kind of put the word cold on there, but that's not what they're called. They're called something else, jalapeno. But these are not hot, so I'm excited to try this. Cayenne pepper and my cubanes, and then I have my little baby zinnia sprouts that are coming. So, and then this is the most embarrassing part of this garden, is that I forgot to, bring in my flamboyant one night that got really cold, and you'll see that this is basically what exists of her right now. She lost a lot of branches and a lot of leaves, so she's really trying hard to come back. Back over here is my favorite plant in the world, but she's pissed at me because, again, she got forgotten as well that one night. This in English is called an alamandra, and in Spanish it's called a canario. And she blooms a couple of times a year here in Texas, but right now she's pissed off at me, so I'm gonna have to work on kissing her butt a little bit, getting her to forgive me. Here is a really fun plant. This is probably my most expensive plant because I don't spend a lot of money on plants, but this is what is coming of my Nepanthes Miranda. This is basically a pitcher plant, and her pitchers are huge. Her pitchers are about 6 to 8 inches. Of course, my oregano brujo did not survive the spring, the winter, and it did not survive that one day that I was super busy, overwhelmed, and forgot to bring my plants in. So this right here is what I call my healing plant. When my family member who was very ill started to get better, this plant flowered, and that she did it twice. So I kind of feel like this is my babona, my hibiscus, is strangely and spiritually connected to healing. She's mad at me too because she also suffered that day that I forgot to bring her in. So she got damaged from the cold. I took a lot of the grumpy leaves off, but nonetheless, those are there, survived. All right, so here we go to the tomatoes. I have 3 tomatoes. I was very basic this year. I just got the big boy type of tomatoes from the hardware store, and I'm gonna do a video about how to plant these from starts to get stronger plants and more fruit. This right here is my arugula patch, who has fed me for the better part of the year. She gets mowed probably every few weeks, and then every few weeks she gives me more. So I just literally cut some of this off for dinner here recently. We had a really nice arugula salad just like 3 days ago, but you can see already how she just popped out the little leaves. So it's always fun to have. It's a good winter green to grow. I, for some reason, have grown other greens and get really excited about spinach and things like that, and I just don't end up eating it very much. So the one that I end up harvesting quite a bit is this one. So I decided this year just to do arugula. This next one right here, I have absolutely no idea what she's called, but I loved her. I found her at Walmart on sale, and she has been popping out flowers like nobody's business. I remembered her name. Sorry, I looked up her name, I found it, and then I totally forgot it. So if you guys know her name or the type that she is, please comment down below. That would be awesome. We're getting to the interesting part. So did you know that you can grow potatoes in a patio, in a tiny little apartment? So I have three different stages of potatoes here. I have my newborn, my teenager, and my adults. There's one here and one here. And so what I do here, well, actually I'm going to do a video on how to grow potatoes from just a bag. So I'm going to save that for a video. Here we have an asparagus plant, which I'm excited about. This plant is going to be huge. So they grow about 3 to 4 feet, and they're going to take up space, which may be a problem because next to it I have a yellow squash that is also going to be massive. So I'm going to have to really figure out how to space these out. Probably put one in this corner, one in this corner, and the potatoes I may put on the floor. But as I will be sharing in a different video, I have cats that like to frequent this patio. So that means that I'm going to have to continue getting creative with deterring cats. My geranium for as a reminder of my beautiful mom who loves geraniums. And then over here is a sad plant because one of the lovely cats decided to knock it over last night. So there is a calancho, I don't know how you say that. And then I have a very mad bachat vine growing up against it. Again, this one I never brought in because she's just too big, and so we took a hit with the colds. And this one I pruned back very recently. These grow about 20 feet a year, and I think this one probably grew about that this year. So I had to prune her back before kind of setting her up here. This is my kind of boring but dependable citronella plant. We're going to do a video also on how to keep bugs out of your garden, and this is part of my toolbox. So I didn't tell you about this one. This one's kind of mad at me, but this is called a nasturtium. Nasturtium is an herb, and nasturtium you can actually pick off and eat. And to me, it tastes like a Lay's potato chip. It's got some spice to it, and it's got some kind of, I don't know, kind of a weird vinegary spice to it. So, and then here is the one that I'm trying to really prove to myself that I could actually not kill. These are my strawberries, and since I'm doing okay so far, I think I actually want to buy a lot more strawberry plants. So I have 6 strawberries growing in there right now, and we're going to do a video on how to put these in, because what I'm learning is that there's this very specific way of putting them into the ground or into the pot that determines whether or not they will survive. So all right, so this is my patio homestead. I have plenty of flowers out here to attract the bees and just to make me happy. We're going to go over companion planting. We're going to go over how to keep your flowers flowering longer, and then just a couple of other things. Let's see. Shout out to Amazon for selling me these really cute swings, which I get lots of compliments on. And then shout out to Ross for giving me these really cool kind of pillows. So everything here was pretty inexpensive. The plastic outdoor rug was from Dollar General, so I don't go and spend too much money. And then these really cute little things right here, which are super old now and starting to peel, those are from a dollar store. So I bought as many as I could possibly find because I've broken many over the last few years, but I wanted them to last. So alrighty, so that wraps up my apartment homestead tour. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Turn on your alerts, that way you can be one of the first to receive my new videos with tips and tricks. This next season I'm going to keep things a little more basic and not as specific to Caribbean plants, but just on the how-to of making any plant grow. I also have planned talking more about indoor plants, because inside over there it's a whole other world. So stay tuned, because the next videos that I have planned to upload will be about a lot of neat things.